as Hardy slowly tried to recover as well. Angle then applied the ankle lock, but Hardy flung Angle through the ropes to the outside. Hardy followed with a running clothesline off the ring apron, taking out Angle on the floor. Back in the ring, Hardy tried to grab Angle by the neck, but Angle countered into an ankle lock again. Hardy tried to fight off the hold before finally reaching the bottom rope for a break. Angle pulled Hardy back into the middle of the ring, and Hardy continued to fight the hold. Hardy finally broke free, but Angle decked him with a clothesline. Angle with another cover, but Hardy kicks out. 18 minutes in, Angle went back to the ankle lock. Taz implored Hardy to tap out and live to fight another day. Hardy continued to fight the hold, though, as Angle re-cinched in the ankle lock. Hardy tried to grab the bottom rope. Then Angle pulled Hardy back to the center of the ring this time. Angle grapevine the hold. Hardy leaned back and sold agony. Being locked in the hold, still no tap out. Angle shouted as he kept the hold locked on. One of them is going to pass out here. Announcers put over Hardy's resiliency. Suddenly the bell sounded and there's a 20-minute time limit. Where did that come from? Taz, what the heck? We can't have that. They cut to a shot of Dixie Carter looking around. But this was not even stipulated in the match at all. Crowd chanted for 5 more minutes. Eric Bischoff then walked down the ramp and whispered in Carter's ear. She apparently liked what she heard and nodded affirmatively. Bischoff said, given the critical importance of this, they're adding 5 more minutes on the clock. The match will continue, he said. Bell sounded for the restart. Angle quickly stomped on Hardy's ankle. Angle twisted Hardy's ankle as Hardy teased, grabbing the referee, looking for any form of relief. Angle tried for a front ankle lock, but Hardy kicked Angle by the butt through the ropes to the outside. Angle paced around to the around outside. Then Hardy suddenly kicked Angle through the ropes. Hardy wasn't selling the ankle lock that much. The ankle lock worked that much. Back in the ring, Hardy started to sell before climbing up top. He slowly made his way up top, giving Angle time to recover and crotch Hardy. At 22 minutes and 15 seconds, Angle landed right hand blows, and they cut to a shot of Dixie and Eric conversing ringside. Angle then teased a super angle slam and connected without anyone appearing to break a neck. Angle paused, recovered, and made a cover for another near fall. And they reset again at 23 minutes 30 seconds with Angle charging Hardy, who flipped Angle over the top rope to the floor below. Angle was shown clutching his stomach and doing the convulsions. They had a countdown clock this time, and they went under 45 seconds. Angle beat a 10 count back into the ring. They had a double knockdown with clotheslines. Bischoff was shown rubbing his head as the countdown clock came down to 5. Angle then draped a hand over Hardy for a final pin attempt, but Hardy kicked out as the clock expired yet again. Okay, they cut back to another Eric and Dixie ringside again. Carter checked her phone. Then Eric declared they have to have a winner. 5 more minutes, he said. And now double overtime. Angle quickly charged Hardy and clubbed him with right hand blows. Angle slowly walked around the ring before landing more big right hands in the corner. Angle stared down at Hardy. Then he slowly picked him up and landed a shoulder thrust to the midsection. Angle went for a running shoulder tackle, but Hardy moved. An Angle ate the ring post and out to the floor. Hardy rammed Angle's face first into the ring steps. They cut to a shot of Eric and Dixie watching it intently again the ringside. Back in the ring, Hardy tried to catch his breath, and Angle recovered on the outside. Angle was bleeding from the forehead at this point. Angle was also doing the convulsions as he slowly climbed back into the ring. Hardy finally came to his feet and surveyed the crowd on what to do next. Hardy then dragged Angle to the center of the ring and slapped on the Boston Crab. Unique for Hardy, Angle teased tapping out as blood was continuing to flow from his head. They reached 1 minute left in the match, and as Angle was face down in a pool of his own blood, Angle avoided tapping out. Though as the 60-second countdown clock started, Angle then countered into ankle lock, dragged Hardy to the center of the ring, and Grapevine. Angle was gritting his teeth with blood pouring from his face. Hardy fought the hold, tried to kick away at Angle, and the clock again expired at 30 minutes. The buzzer sounded. Angle released the hold, wiped his mouth with his hand. Crowd sat quietly, unsure what to make of it. Bischoff pointed to Angle's head and said, "He can't continue with the blood." Bischoff asked for a trainer. Angle wanted a piece of Hardy. The floor manager came over and pounded on the ring mat to get Bischoff's attention. The trainers eventually got hold of Angle and tried to wipe the blood down. Bischoff then got word through the headsets. As Angle paced around the ring, they cut to Dixie shaking her head. Taz wanted to know what's going on here. Bischoff paced around the ring. Then he took the mic. He said that they have been advised by trainers that Angle's cut is too deep and the decision will have to be a no contest. Angle shouted at Bischoff, selling he was furious. Angle then left the ring as Shannon Moore ran down to check on Jeff Hardy. Announcers regrouped and recapped highlights of this amazing match. Winner, no contest at 30 minutes. Amazing match with such a great sporting event feel to it. Of course, they failed to inform the audience of a 20-minute time limit ahead of time, which apparently revealed they've never watched a basketball game before. But the final 10 minutes of epic wrestling and overtime following an epic end to regulation made for another great 4-star match on both men's resumes. Hardy was perfect babyface for the role, foil for Angle, holding up his end of the match with gritty refusal to submit at the end of regulation. It will be interesting to see what the follow-up is to determine who advances to Bound for Glory again. Amazing performance and in-ring story told by both men. I don't have a problem with a non-finish, but the follow-up is obviously key as long as it doesn't turn into a 3 or 4-way match at Bound for Glory. Backstage, Christy Hemme brought in the Pope, bringing up a big question mark hovering over Angle or Hardy. See, this suggests there would be a question with Pope and Anderson tonight. Made no sense because they would be in the same spot with the same finish. Anyways, Pope cut a promo on Anderson. Back in the Impact Zone, Mr. Anderson comes out. Then Pope did the ring introductions for the main event. That will serve as the other semifinal in the tournament. And the match is on. The crowd was pretty quiet early on, exhausted from the previous match, and down for the non-finish. Pope and Anderson took their time cutting, methodical pace. Anderson then came flying out of the corner with right hand blows to the forehead. Pope waited out the flurry, then began working on Anderson's shoulder to wear him down. They went back and forth without anyone really trying to win the match, just wearing each other down. At 10-minute mark, they had a double knockdown and both men exhausted on the mat. Pope came to life first, set up Anderson for the sliding splash to the back of Anderson's neck as he was draped across the middle rope. The match moved up top, and Anderson teased a superplex. The Pope headbutted Anderson, who crouched himself on the top rope. Anderson slumped down to the floor. Pope repositioned himself, came flying down on Anderson with a splash on the floor. Back in the ring, Anderson recovered and landed a rolling senton. Dropped for a 2 count. The crowd rallied behind a determined Anderson, who accepted a right hand blow and the code breaker, backcracker. Anderson kicked out. Though now they're at the 15-minute window and still no mention of a time limit from the announcers. Pope appeared to attempt a mic check, but Anderson blocked and hit a mic check of his own. Anderson made the cover for the near fall, which no one bought the finish. Has a finish. Back in the corner, Pope recovered and landed rapid fire kicks and punches. Pope tries to hit the DDE in the corner, but Anderson blocked and hit a second mic check. This time, it was good for the win. Anderson advances and the Bound for Glory. But during the pay-per-view, I heard at the end of during the match that Angle did advance. So I'm guessing what they're going to do is make it a triple threat match with Hardy. Okay, as the pay-per-view ends, on the way out, Anderson slapped Pope across the face, then picked up a De Niro bill and spit it on De Niro's face. I came in just before that as Anderson was getting the win from the pay-per-view. He began to... Anderson began to leave, but returned to the money pile on the stage and grabbed a bill. He returned it to the ring with a folded up paper airplane bill and sent it flying into Pope, who was recovering on the floor. Pope walked away as Anderson pointed to the hard camera that he has one more match. They showed Pope walking away. Then he shot Anderson a double middle finger salute. Anderson sold. He was so shocked and rolled up around on the mat. Pope eventually left and Anderson stared into the crowd. They stayed with Anderson, who took his house mic and said he's one match away from becoming the next World Heavyweight Champion. Anderson wrapped up his post-match promo as today plugged the next Impact in 2 weeks, Thursday, with a follow-up on who's facing Anderson at the pay-per-view. Winner and advances to the Heavyweight Championship Finals is Anderson after 16 minutes 58 seconds. It never had a chance following Angle versus Hardy, and the near falls weren't working to get the crowd involved after 20 minutes. Actually, had 20,000 previous near falls during the pay-per-view. The best part of the match was the post-match with Anderson and Pope trying to convince the audience there was some heat between them. The end result of the final two matches is TNA using the pay-per-view to set up a cliffhanger for TV to find out who faces Anderson further for Bound for Glory. Based on the picture below, it is all three of them, Jeff Hardy, Angle, and Anderson for the title. And that's basically, and that ends. And don't forget, the podcast, still can't remember it right offhand. See y'all next time. Raw tomorrow night.